how can a fake organization be able to get offices in the Federal Secretariat, have its budget approved in the National Assembly, open bank accounts in the Central Bank? How is that possible?
Charles, the nature of sophisticated crime and criminality across the world can be so tight that certain times you want to wonder how certain things happen. Let me give you a quick example.
Yeah, but it raises two questions.
I know.
It raises a question about America, how this could have happened in your government.
No, in America where we are.
No, we're not talking about America.
No,
we're talking about Nigeria.
Let me give you an example. On all of us were alive when the incident of 9/11 happened. The 9/11, why don't you say, why did this happen in America?
No,
let me tell you.
Those are two totally different things.
You see,
look, I'm afraid I can't, this is preposterous. You don't really have a response. Let me come to you.
I do.
Professor, Dr. Yakubu. What worries you more? Listening to Dr. Taufik there, the allegations themselves, or the possibility that no one inside the system appears to have detected the warning signs that appear to have been so glaring?
Hello, everyone. For those of you that know, right, you know Charles. Charles is one of those very calm, how do I put it, journalists that we have in Nigeria. He's someone that in his own case, he gets what he wants to get out of you. You cannot come to his show and come and spew nonsense. That's one thing. He will not allow you. He will take you on, but he does it in a very calm manner. There are people that have those things. Like me, I used to say to people, if I say someone, I feel tell person good morning, the person could invest because of the way my voice be. But there's someone that can say good morning. Even though the person that can even abuse person, the person would smile because of the way their voice is. I always say that I learned from my daughter how to be able to express myself no matter how angry I am in a very calm manner, because she's one of those people. She has this voice. She never raises her voice, but she will send that message, to you. That's one of the things I'm still learning from her. The other day, and I'm digressing now, so just to add it, the other day at an event, we're talking about women who have inspired us and stuff like that. And they talked about family, and I, did mention my daughter amongst the women who have inspired me. And the other was my mom. From my mom, I learned what it is that I will not tolerate in life. No. I saw that woman accept a lot of things in her life. I'm like, nah, that I mean, that kind of a thing. But anyway, back to the week conversation. So that's why you see, having watched that video, for you to see Charles losing his cool, he got to a place where he was like, man, what nonsense is this? The thing is this, as much as they try to put fake here, fake there, this guy did this thing, you see this criminality that is unraveling about us. If you were to ask me, I will tell you 100+% I'm sure it happened. The only reason why we're getting to hear about it is because certain bills fell through. Yeah, I did a question I asked on social media. I say, look, if the 40% that was being asked had been agreed upon, do you think any of us would have heard what has happened? And the thing with all of this, where this whole criminality, the first moment I saw that press release where they say State House press release, where they were trying to explain all sorts of nonsense, I'm like, forget about it. They say, birds of the same feathers flock together, and they also do what? They defend themselves together, because at the end of the day, one person comes down, one bird comes down, the whole birds, are threatened, and so they will do everything to defend that one bird rather than, do the needful. In a decent country, this thing that has happened would lead to reorganization, will lead to a lot of firing, will lead to a lot of changes in the system, but it will not happen because the changes were deliberate, and there are things that are being done, still being done. If you fire one person, I will open mouth, talk about, all the other ones that are there. So for you to really see Charles very angry at this whole thing that has happened tells you what it is. And that is why in everything that is being done, they always don't want to, how do I put it now? They always don't want the people who will do the right thing, right from running from office. If you are one person who stands on the right thing being done, refuses to partake in criminality and illegality, you are actually a threat. They will do everything to ensure you don't get into office. And that's what we're saying with Peter Obi, and that's what we're saying with a lot of us that, try to get into office and all of that. Everything will be put on you. And they will come and they regret you. They make you want to be ashamed of standing on doing the right thing. I've seen someone recently, oh, you think you're holier than thou, whatever. I would rather be holier than thou than to be a criminal. And this whole thing about, oh, if you want to do it in Nigeria, this is the only way. If you want to do politics in Nigeria, this is the only way. I don't believe in that. We'll never believe in that. I've never believed in such nonsense. And I'm not going to start now. The only thing, the other day, I also did a tweet and I'm going to explain it. I said, look, there is an arrogance of good. People who do the right thing, they always give up. After all, they are doing it. They are not doing it to gain anything. Blah, blah, blah. Any small thing, I'm not doing again. But people who do evil, they never give up. They fail many times. Yes, they stay on. And that's why eventually they end up winning. And when they end up winning, people think, oh, that's the only way it is done. No, the evil way is not the only way it is done. The evil way is the way that those people have stayed on, and refuse to move on. If the people who are doing good also stay on and refuse to move on, guess what will happen? That their way they will win, and their way will also be the way to go. A lot of things are happening in Nigeria. We have 6 more months to the election. My people, it is time for us all to begin to do all the needful that we can to ensure that Mr. Peter Obi comes into office, and all other candidates who are competent with character and capacity that we have for governor, for Senate, state House of Representatives, and all of that. There are so many things that we all can do to ensure that, we are building that Nigeria that should be there. One of them, of course, is joining Operation Dan. Operation Dan is Operation Deliver a New Nigeria. There's a website out there. Click on it, get the app. The app is very easy to get. Bring in 20 people that to get their PVC right now if they don't already have. Those who have, they know are going to campaign and vote for Mr. Peter Obi. And then what do we do? It continues like that. Imagine 1 million of us getting 20 people each. Imagine 500,000 of us getting 20 people. That's a huge thing. And as this thing are done, they are being tracked. Not the one that somebody will be doing the work, another person will be taking glory or whatever. Let's be tracked. As you go on, they see you are able to bring in a lot of people, resources. You need resources, campaign materials, and all of that. Then they can send them directly down to you. There are people who are ready to adopt polling units, adopt what you are working in a polling unit, you're working in a ward. We just link them up directly to you. We are not going to receive that. We are not rehearsing anything, collecting anything on behalf of anybody, but collecting people with the resources to people with the time, to do the work. This election, it is not for us to sit and think that, Peter Obi will be the one to do. No, it is us to ensure that, he gets elected. Mr. Peter Obi's business right now is for him to ensure that he's on the ballot paper, and he's already doing that and working on that. Let us ensure that he is not only voted in, he is sworn into office, and by the time he gets into office, we all hold him accountable and ensure that he's doing the needful, and giving Nigeria the best, and for all us to have that Nigeria that works for every one of us. Thank you so much. Bye.